So it's looking like Antony is unhappy at Manchester United. Who's surprised? We just need to let the guy go at this point. And who cares if he's unhappy? I really feel like he's a player that we just need to let go. And I feel like he's a player whose ego is just too much, in my opinion. Like he's got to Manchester United and he just thinks he's made it, but he hasn't at all. He's not a Manchester United quality player. And, he's Deadwood that I'm sure Ruben Amorim is really going to be demanding Ineos to get out of the club because we do not need Antony whatsoever. I can't see him suiting into the style of Ruben Amorim. It's just not going to work for Antony whatsoever. And I just feel like he lets us down every single time he plays for us. I just feel like we never really get a big performance out of Antony. I really just don't think we do. And, it's disappointing because the amount of money that we spent on Antony and bringing him into the club for. And, there was a lot of hype around Antony because of the price tag that we got him for. But it's just been a massive waste. And, there's loads of people that say that Manchester United ruin players, but I don't think we do. I feel like a lot of it's on the players' attitude the moment they decide to join Manchester United. The moment they show up at the club, their attitude just automatically changes. And, that's because Manchester United, we are the biggest club in the world. And that's why that goes through Antony's head. And that's why he just doesn't seem to care because he thinks he's made it to the very top. But really, he doesn't do enough when he plays for us at all. Last season was absolutely shocking for him. In the Premier League, he played 1,323 minutes, scored one goal, got one assist in 29 games. It's shocking. It's a shocking stat from Antony. It's not good enough. We paid a ridiculous amount of money for him, and he just goes on and performs like he's done. It's not good enough whatsoever, and a lot of it is on him. I feel like a lot of another big issue with Antony is, he's injured a lot as well, and that's detrimental to his game. I just feel like he's a really strange one, to be honest. He comes on the pitch, likes to typically hold up the play. And, I mean, we remember 22-23 season where he's trying to do all of his fancy tricks. But it's just like, what are you even trying to prove? What are you trying to do? 22-23 season, this is the season that Antony, of course, came into Manchester United. He played 25 games, 1,818 minutes overall. He had a lot of game time in the 25 games he played for us in 22-23 season. Scored only 4 goals in that amount of time and got 2 assists. We paid like 100 million for the guy. Like, what are these stats that we're looking at here? What are these stats that we're looking at? And we had a really good season in the 22-23 season. And Antony still disappointed. Last season, every single one of our players at Manchester United were disappointments last season. Apart from in the FA Cup final. Luckily, our players showed up then. But, overall Premier League 23-24, that was absolute shambles from us. But, 22-23 season, Manchester United, we had an amazing season. 3rd in the league. We won the Carabao Cup and we got to the final of the FA Cup, but fell short in that 22-23 season. Then, of course, won the FA Cup in the 23-24 season when we weren't even at our best. So, I mean, and Antony's not contributing anything whatsoever. I just feel like it's a wasted buy. And, he's been out quite a bit this season, hasn't really been able to do anything. And the minutes that he's been given, he's done absolutely nothing with them. But we haven't been able to start him much this season because he isn't available. He is not available. He's wasting his own career. And it's weird because before coming into this season as well, Antony was like, I'm going to have a great season this season in past interviews. But what's he actually done? Apart from just being injured the whole time. And you can tell with his body language and his actions on the pitch, you know, he's got an extremely bad attitude. He's got an extremely bad attitude. It's just something that I feel like we can't have around this Manchester United team, because Antony is one of the toxic players in this side that bring us down. And I feel like it was a lot of it last season. Antony was a big player that brought this Manchester United side down. And, you know, it's something that just can't keep on going on. He's the one frustrating player. Yeah, look, he needs to do more, and it's just about, you know, he's not going to be able to. He's needed to do more for us in the career he's had here. January, let's move him on. Like, just get him out of it. Just take him out of his contract at this point. Like, honestly, I mean, we won't do that because of the amount of money we spent on him, but we need to sell him. But we're not even going to get half the price for him. It's going to be like, you know, how we sold Jadon Sancho off. Like, we brought him from what, like 75 mil or something. We sold him for 25. Like, you know, it's not great. It's not great. We're not going to sell Antony for much at all. Probably 25, 30 mil we get for him. 40 if we're lucky. 40 is probably a stretch though as well. Like 35 mil, let's just hope something like that. But at the end of the day, we're not really going to get much for Antony. He's injury prone and he's useless whenever he bloody plays. And, you know, it's not even the players around him. It's just Antony letting himself down with decision making on the pitch. It's all on him. It's all on Antony. He's the only reason why his career at Manchester United is not gone well. It's no one else's fault. It's Antony's fault. But yeah, there we go.